In Singapore, right, marriage unlocks housing via BTO lah. So what potential challenges, right, do you see with this system?
It is a very flawed system, in my opinion, because people are rushing to get the BTO. Because knowing that BTO takes around like 4 to 6 years. And then you have your MOP period from like either 5 or 10 years, depending on like where you are staying at, which area you decide BTO at. So we are looking at a timeline of 10 to 15 years, effectively, for you to eventually profit from that BTO. That means if you want to get a house or like start applying, you need to start applying when you're like 22, 23.
Essentially, you really need to have a partner, a marriage partner
Yes.
at age 22.
At 22 and 23, like who the hell knows what you're doing at 22 and 23? I obviously don't know what I'm doing.
And then most of the Singapore marriage unlocked housing cases becomes a divorce case lah.
Yeah.
Either you forfeit your house like within the period that you're waiting, right? Or you just end up going through the MOP, living separately or like something.
Do you think, right, Singaporeans are very practical nation of people?
I feel like we are trained to be practical.
To be practical, right?
Yeah.
And then would you say that because of the fact that Singaporeans are very practical people, and then when it comes to being practical, right, I think this kind of force us into that instead of marrying for love, we are marrying for stability and profit. And then it's the Singaporean dream to buy a BTO as young as they can, and then when they finally reach 30, they can start flipping, which is, you see the very common occurrence, right? Flipping houses. So they don't need to love each other, they just want for profit. Do you see that being very rampant?
Yes, but it's also very sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, is this what life is all about? Like you just want to flip and get money and stay with someone that you don't love.
I mean, that clearly is not what life is about.
Yeah lah.
Like,
I mean, that's
But-
life for some people lah.
But do you think they are afraid that 60-year-old, right, then they are poor? Then they will lead a fucking terrible life.
you're already going to live a terrible life doing that anyway. so-
Exactly.
So they choose their poison, right? You're not terrible in the early years or terrible in your late years. So they choose the early years.
I think
Yeah,
everything has a pro and con, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
If you get married, you get a house, you can like switch and whatever. Then your con is like, okay, you just have to settle for this life forever, like with this person. But the other con of staying single is that, okay, you might not have a partner, like a partner forever that will take care of you and whatever. But also, if you get married, doesn't mean your partner will take care of you anyways.
Yeah, no.
Do you also feel like the people that chase like this Singaporean dream, like married when they are 28, kids when they are 30, right, are people without like personal goals?
Yes. Yes. I feel that very strongly because I feel like a lot of people will assume that when they live their life, right, if they do this, if they get married at a certain age, do get kids, all that, right, the meaning of life will suddenly come to them. Like they'll just wake up one day,
They
yes,
hope
I
to
understand.
gain meaning from that.
Yeah. A lot of them don't realize that you don't derive meaning from your life. It is because of your life you get meaning.
Or for them lah.
Yeah, no, it's in general.
Remember the other day we had this conversation, why Singaporeans cannot be happy for others, right?
Yeah.
It's like somebody win Olympic gold, go, then suddenly you win silver, everybody, hey, fuck this guy, It's a very common occurrence in Singapore, right? And then whatever you do well, right, a Singaporean artist being featured on Tiny Desk or something like that, everybody screw that person, right? Even though they are like representing Singapore on a global stage. And then my conclusion is, because all of us, right, were taught to fear life, that we by 20 must do this, 23 must do this, 25 must BTO, 28 must have kids, like really, really structured lah. So we are doing all these, right? Maybe we respect our parents, that's why we do this, but largely, right, probably due to the fact that we fear the unknown. What if we never follow the path? Our life might end up fucked up.
Actually, it might be if I see someone that doesn't follow the path become successful, it invalidates my own view that this path is the only correct path.
Correct,
So
correct.